Hey everyone, it's Tom with Fresh Vintage. Today we're checking out another awesome Segway scooter. This is the F40 unit. If you've not seen our video on the Segway ES2 we did, certified refurbished, just like this one here. These are coming out of the box pretty much brand new. Maybe like one or two scratches or dings, but we're gonna do a few things. We're gonna unbox this. So if you like unboxing videos, make sure you stay to the end of this video for the unboxing, the total complete unboxing. But with that being said, let's get this unboxed right now. All right, we have the F40 out of the box. We have it assembled and we're charging it. So I guess we need to take it to Virginia Tech's campus and do a little cruising around and do the review on it. Let's do that right now. We are here at Virginia Tech campus in Blacksburg, Virginia, checking out the F40. This is not your father's F40, so to speak, but all joking aside, this is not a Ferrari F40. This is a refurbished Segway scooter, but honestly, it's not bad. Really solid unit. We've been riding it around here. And looking at the E2, this just showing you real quick here, this is the E1 through 4 series. What the F40 and the F series represents is a next generation and a complete redesign of the E series. There's a lot of awesome going on here, starting with the frame. If you come down here and you look at this frame, this has been redesigned. It's a full steel frame, nice solid surface here to put your feet on for grip. The back, you can see the actual brakes, not just the disc brake, but also the brake here. And the battery lives in the belly here. This is a 10,200 milliamp hour battery, 367 watt hour, lives in here. Kickstand as usual, nothing fancy there. Really solid, durable kickstand. And your charging port is right here. So it's not up here or up here anymore. It's down here, which isn't bad. It just gets you closer to the actual wall outlet. Taking a look at the tires here, let me flip this around because this has 10-inch pneumatic tires. And you can see the valve stems here and here. The 350 watt motor lives inside of the front tire, so it is front wheel drive. I will say these feel like a bouncy basketball, so to speak, when you're riding it. It gives you a little bit of compliance versus like a full suspension setup. Coming up the stock here, real easy to just flip this out of the way. The quick release brings you down, and you want to click that there. And here we go. Pretty easy to get around and, use. Put this back down. And we'll bring this up. There we go. And just like that, you're back in business. Taking a look at the controls up top here, we have our gas. And this represents a change from the E series. This is an actual handbrake, which you can see it actions the rear disc brake, and it simultaneously actions the front electronic brake as well. Very pleasant bell here. Looking at the actual controls and the information here, we're at 0 kilometers per hour. You can actually see miles per hour in the app, in the Segway app. There's Eco, which is the slowest speed. It's like turtle mode. It's 9.6 miles an hour. This is D, which should be S because this is their standard mode, but it says the letter D. And then S is sport mode. So if you start thinking about speeds, 9.6 miles an hour in Eco, 18.6 miles an hour, it just doesn't give you as much torque as quickly. And then sport mode is the most torque and the most top speed being 18.6 miles an hour. The headlight, as usual on any Segway, press the button once, headlight comes on, nice and bright. A few more features on the F40 here. Has cruise control, really easy to use. Just go into the app, you can set up the cruise control, and then once you get to a certain speed, you can set it and kind of forget it until you hit the brake. It also has regenerative braking, and what I mean is if you go into the app and you can set, I believe, low, medium, and high. And what that does is as you coast to a stop, you can just literally coast to a stop. So if you start thinking, if you run the same path every single day on this scooter commuting, you can anticipate when you may need to stop and just not use the brakes and instead just let off the gas and come to a rolling stop kind of thing. really handy feature. And it also, if you don't have any big hills in your area, it'll let you put a little bit of juice and regenerate electricity back into your battery. One thing that I don't want to say I don't like, but it is for consideration if you're watching the video here, is you can see there's no suspension. And let me flip this thing up so you can get a good look at it here. There's no suspension anywhere. And the tires act like your suspension. Let me bounce the back here a little bit. You can kind of see it's a little bouncy. You might think that these tires feel flat when you're riding it, but it's actually the perfect PSI to give you a bouncy ride and a supple ride, so it's not super rock hard versus having no suspension at all. Wrapping things up here, bravo to Segway for such an awesome refurbished program. This F40 is amazing, really, really well done out of the box. And if you are thinking about an E-Series scooter or this one, definitely check out the video for the E-Series, the E2 scooter. We'll have the link probably like right here on the screen. The unboxing, we're going to wrap up the video here. If you're sticking around for the unboxing, it's almost here. Just wait another couple seconds. It'll be right after the outro here. With that, if you like classic cars, if you like scooters, if you like DIY car repair, if you like big horsepower, if you like Mustangs and Chargers and Chevelles and rest, Fresh Vintage is your channel. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. So welcome to the unboxing section of the video. We appreciate you staying here. If you like unboxings, you're in for a treat. This is a Segway scooter, and I'm going to talk a little bit more at length because we're at the end of the video. If you stayed this long, you don't mind listening to me ramble a little bit. This is a certified refurbished unit. If you go on Segway's website, you can find a refurbished section. That's where we found this. And after buying several new Segway scooters and then buying some refurbished ones, you kind of have to ask the question, why would you ever pay retail again? You'll see what I mean when we pull this out of the box. But to start off, there's nothing in here, just some cardboard. We can already see the scooter. And I'm going to be careful because this feels like it's going to fall out. Okay, so did the handle lock in place? The handle did not lock in place. There's actually a lock mechanism here. So when you pull this out of here, this is sitting in the cardboard. And this has 10-inch pneumatic tires, which you've already seen in the video. And it has front and rear brakes, which you've already seen in the video. But this cable is what's holding that in place. So this is already set up. You don't have to adjust the brakes. At least I don't believe you have to adjust the brakes. You have a bell. And here's this. And I'm just now realizing that is your only brake on this unit. So you'll see that in the video before this, but let's pull this out of here. Before I actually pull the whole scooter out, here's our bag, here's our charger. That charger looks pretty much identical to any other charger, the port on it. Any Segway's charger, I should say. Well, there's nothing left to do but pull this out of here, so here goes nothing. Ooh, that's heavy. So I'm just going to do this. I'm actually going to put the box down on the ground. Utilize my foot. There we go. It's a tad heavier if you've seen our ES1L video, the E22 video, and the ES2 video. This is definitely a step up. It's a little bit heavier, and I'm guessing there's more batteries inside here. So real quick, nothing left in here. I'll just put this back up on the couch, and we can get the handlebars on. We have our supervisor here. Everything's going well because she's here. Okay, so real quick, you have to do two things. Connect this port. This is a very standard port on virtually every Segway we've done. So I've kind of moved back over because I was drifting. So a few things you have to do. This plug is very common. It's virtually every, on every Segway scooter we've had has been this plug. You just have to line up the pin to pin. There's a little guide in here. You probably could bend those pins if you really, really were trying, but I've not been able to do it. So there's that. And the part that you need to have a little bit of finesse on is just carefully working both ends of this down in here. And just take your time. This is not the place to like force this. Last thing you want to do is damage that wire. So you have 2 screws on the front and back. Segway is awesome because not only do they give you, you would expect them to give you the tools and the screws, but they actually give you thread locker on these. Let me show you. So the blue stuff on there is a little bit of thread locker. I don't know how well you can see that, but so the idea being you basically put these in and then you shouldn't have to take them back out, and they're not going to come out by themselves. And big props to Segway. They gave you an extra one in case you drop one. So screw this in here. If you've been looking at this scooter here now, we actually haven't looked at it, but while I'm putting the screws in, I mean, it looks, you could tell me this, hey, here's your brand new Segway scooter, and I would believe it. I mean, this screen isn't even scratched. For being a refurb, I'm actually curious to hear from Segway what the refurbished part is, because it looks like I mean, even the tires look new. I'm getting these 90% of the way in there, and then I'll go through and I'll tighten them all up real quick. There's that. To the torque spec of tight. There's that. That and that. So let's look at this thing. And I will pick this thing up. Let's have a close look at this. I mean, the tires look brand new to me. I can't really see them that well. But tell me where the refurbished part is. I mean, I feel like it's like, hey, did they accidentally put a new scooter in the refurb box? I mean, seriously. So let's turn it on and see what happens. Very nice screen. And much like any other scooter, Segway scooter. Let's see here. There's our light. I'm guessing it's beeping because it wants us to connect the app, so we'll have to get the app connected. I mean, it seems to be working. Let's check the brake here. Yep, there's our brake. And you can see the, watch the light there. There you go. Yeah, 10-inch pneumatic tires. I didn't lock this in place. Let me turn this off so it stops beeping. There we go. How does this lock in place? Oh, I guess I just have to, yep, there we go. Okay, so looking at this is like a safety latch. Move that to the side, push that down. It does take a little bit more force than I was expecting. And then, oh, there we go. Okay, it has to go all the way down. So there we go. And so to put that back together, it has to go all the way from down here up. And you've already seen that in the video, so. But yeah, there it is. And like the bell. Let's give it a little quick test drive here. See if I can run into Jay's kitchen table. Whoops. All right, so my instinct from riding like the E22 and other scooters was to hit the brake. So, and this is like too conveniently like a brake, but that being said, great unit. Let me go ahead and turn it off so it stops beeping. And we'll do this. Really, really awesome. I mean, certified refurbished. My question to you is, why would you buy new? Why would you pay the retail price knowing this is what comes out of a refurbished box from these guys? So, with that, if you like classic cars, if you like muscle cars, if you like Segway scooters, if you like DIY and car repair, if you like tech, if you like keeping your car certified fresh, Fresh Vintage is your channel. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Woo, it's Ricky Bobby. Hey, subscribe to Fresh Vintage. Woo, because if you ain't first, you're last.